In this edition of WUCF Artisodes, a Central Florida school teacher whose art both entertains and amazes.
Just to watch something just simple, just kind of moving down a track, I can't really explain it, but there's just something that's enjoyable about that, something that's mesmerizing.
And a wood turner who won't be stopped in his quest to perfect his craft.
Are you going to let those challenges take you, or are you going to take them on and overcome those challenges?
It's all coming up on WUCF Artisodes. Jonathan Thompson is a middle school music teacher by day. By night, he creates some most entertaining works of art.
My name is Jonathan Thompson. I'm the band director at Heritage Middle School in Deltona, Florida. I've always been a musician. Ever since I was in middle school, I joined band. Always enjoyed performing and the arts in general. And it's a pleasure to be able to share my passions with the kids every day. I feel in another life, maybe perhaps I'd be an engineer. I love tinkering, I love building. I think I owe a lot to my parents buying me every Lego set I could ever want, and having that creative outlet to just have something here and to make it. And I just got into this hobby a couple years ago. I always wanted to make a rolling ball sculpture. And so a few years ago, I just came across a how-to video and then just started making these. It was a hobby for me. And I suppose, as the story goes for many artists, starts as a hobby, just want to do it. You know, for me, I want to put one in my house. And then I did a YouTube video and it got a bunch of hits, and someone asked if it was for sale. So I put it up for a price and it sold, and I was ecstatic, like just so excited that someone else appreciated something I made, and I was looking at it thinking, man, I can do better. I know I can do better. So for about the last 2 years now, I've just been doing this. So full-time band director, and now this has almost become a second full-time job for me. There's a couple different kinds I make. Some of them are completely manual. So you'll pick up the marbles with your hand, drop them at the top. Harvey, the sculpt, that's semi-automatic. So you still load the marbles in the top, but then as they run, it'll actually hit a switch and it'll run on its own for like 5 to 8 minutes. And then there's the fully automatic ones, the motorized ones. And those, I think adults really like to watch, because we'd kind of prefer to just kind of stand back and just appreciate it and watch it move on its own. The ideas that my sculptures come from, they basically will start with a general idea. I know if I want it to be on the wall, if I want it to be a desktop. I know a general shape, and I usually pick one element I want to be in there. So if is it a big greasy gear? Is it a skull, for instance? Is it the shape I want it to be on the wall? And then it goes to how many tracks are going to be in that piece. Is it motorized? Is it all manual? And then from there, it has to take on its mind of its own, really. You know, once I start putting metal together and laying the track, I stand back for long periods of time and just kind of look at it and say, what's going to look best? Where should that go? You know, and it's an ever-changing process. I have yet to make one piece from start to finish that starts out as a drawing and finishes the same way. It's just going to change along the way. My kids, my students, I always bring in my work to show my students. They love it. Some of them, they get the same face I see a lot of adults get too. It's amazement. They're mesmerized. Just to watch something just simple, just kind of moving down a track. I can't really explain it, but there's just something that's enjoyable about that, something that's mesmerizing. I'm still coming to terms with what I'm actually creating. When I'm finished and I stand back and I will say to myself, I made that. I just created that. That came from here. And it still kind of blows my mind that I'm creating something completely new, something completely different. The final product, when it is finished, is a great joy for me because these take hundreds of hours to go through. It is very much a joy and a passion, and seeing it with my newfound success in actually being able to share my art with others and selling them, doing commissions and whatnot, I hope that I'm never going to lose that same passion and it doesn't become a job. And I'm confident the amount of ideas, the amount of different things I can create, it's endless. So I don't think I'll ever run out of ideas of what to create next, and I don't think I'll ever get bored.
As part of WUCF's American Graduate Initiative, Artisodes introduces a new feature to our program, proudly honoring our Student Artist of the Week, as we bring awareness to the dropout crisis and encourage Central Florida's children to succeed.
My name is Hector Roman. I'm a senior currently attending Rockledge High School. My style is different, it's unique in the sense that it's all one line, so it's all a continuous line, it's the composite sketch is what builds it up. So you're not going to see a lot of that around, especially in the art world, which is why I liked it a lot. The concepts and ideas, they come from basic sketches. Like I'm always thinking on what I can do next, so I'm always, when I'm not working on art, I'm working on art. It's always going on in my head on what I can do next, and if I don't draw it down, it just bothers me the entire day. So the ideas come through my experiences throughout the day, people I see, the emotions I see off people's faces.
I've had Hector the past 4 years at school here, and he has grown so much as an artist. For Hector and his style, it is very special. It is very unique to him. The one-line aspect of it is very unique, and the way that he uses his acrylic to emphasize the passion for different feelings.
When I'm working on my pieces, it's just me and my pieces. I'm focused on nothing else. My passion for art goes beyond anything I can imagine. It's one of the few things I can call my true loves. I can't imagine doing anything else. I don't imagine doing anything else. When I go to the shows and I see people feeding off my stuff, I think it's the craziest thing ever that people can have that same emotion I am when I'm doing my art, and I appreciate it, and it's amazing.
Artisodes congratulates Hector Roman of Rockledge High School, our Student Artist of the Week. Jara Rosepetal Lodge is an artist with an unusual name and unusual talent. She fuses steel and silver into sculptures that are also wearable jewelry.
This piece is one of my larger pieces of jewelry, and sort of the main concept for it is to have this piece of jewelry that can live as both jewelry or sculpture. I would say most of what I make falls into sort of contemporary art jewelry or studio jewelry. And I know that format can be a little intimidating because it doesn't look like what a lot of people consider to be jewelry. So I think it's really wonderful to help broaden what people's definition of jewelry is. My name is Jira Rosepetal Lodge, and I am a metalsmith and a jewelry designer. Jewelry and metal go hand in hand. They have a long tradition together. I'm really inspired by the process. I love just starting with a material. Maybe I'll have a shape in mind, but to just start with that material and see where it sends me. A piece from start to finish often for me doesn't start with a definitive idea. I'll start with sort of a vague idea of wanting to make something big or something that moves really well, or maybe, I want to have a simple form that wears really well daily. And then from there, I'll start with a shape, I'll work with it, sometimes in my sketchbook, but often just with material directly. And then once I sort of finalize that shape, I build it out of the metal. I do a lot of cold connecting, so I use pliers and files and saws to build the majority of the form. Usually there's a little bit of soldering, and then I'll go through cleanup stages, which is a mild acid that cleans off the oxides from soldering. And then from there, I will apply color using spray paint or traditional chemical patinas. So often our jewelry, when we wear it during the day, and then when we take it off, it goes in a jewelry box, or it gets put on the counter in our bathroom, and then we don't look at it again until we put it on the next time. And with a piece like this, and I feel like also with my smaller pieces, it gives you the opportunity to have a piece of jewelry that you continue to interact with even when you're not wearing it. When I see people come into my studio and something catches their eye, and they immediately, they know they can pick it up. It's meant to be interacted with, it's meant to be worn, and so they pick it up and they put it on. And watching somebody, develop that personal connection with and fall in love with that piece of jewelry, that's what happens with the small daily pieces, and that's just the best part.
A wood shop with high-speed machinery and lots of sharp objects can be a dangerous place for the inexperienced. For Dennis Devendra, it's where he sees things most clearly.
So I have been turning wood since 2004. Wood turning is the process of shaping wood. Now, all the tools, everything stays still, and the wood spins, and then you carve the wood with tools. And the wood that you want to use for wood turning, pretty much anything. I mean, you don't even have to use wood. You could use acrylics. People use styrofoam. There's all kinds of materials you could use. What gives you the best result is hardwoods. The harder the wood, the denser the grain, the smoother the finish. It can look pretty impressive once you get some of these hardwoods that come out with their colors. I haven't been blind forever. I didn't even know that I was going to go blind until I was about 20 years old. I have a hereditary eye disease called retinitis pigmentosa. I went blind when I was 27. Well, I stopped driving when I was 27 years old. I was doing some woodworking here in Columbus, and I was over at the woodwork store. I went and I bought a lathe and some tools and took it home, and it went okay for a while. I was making pens and getting a lot of success out of that. I kind of got bored after a while, and I really wanted to go a little further with my turning. Nobody wanted to work with me because they were afraid that, working with a guy who's blind, you shouldn't be working with power tools. See, it's emotional for me because it's so, it's everybody tells me I can't do this. A friend of ours in New York was getting into wood turning as well. So he decided, he was willing to show me how to turn a bowl. I said, oh, that's great. So we went up to upstate New York, and we put a piece of wood on the lathe, and we spent the afternoon turning the bowl. It was beautiful. I mean, I look at it now, it's pretty bad. But it was my bowl. It was a great bowl, and it was a good start. So I knew the mechanics at that point. So I took my knowledge and got some additional equipment and started turning bowls, and started getting a little bit better at bowls. If you walked into my shop, you wouldn't say, hey, this is a shop for somebody who's blind. It's organized. When I have my shop laid out, I have the tools in a certain spot, and I may even have marks on the handles. And so I know where all the tools are. For measuring, I have what's called a click stick, and it's just a device. It's about 6 inches long, and it clicks out at 1/16 of an inch increments. For centering, when you put a piece of wood on the lathe, you need to have it centered so it's not off-centered, so it doesn't rock when it goes on the lathe. You take a circle, just a circle of wood, and exactly in the middle you put a little hole. And so when you want to center a piece of wood with a nail, you just poke a little bit of a dimple in the wood, and so that's where you know to chuck up your lathe and how to square it. Now there are safety concerns, but they're the same safety concerns as anybody. I use my touch, I use my hearing when I turn, when I'm teaching other people, and I do that now. I listen, and I have them listen. When I rough down a piece of wood, it's going to be square when it's on the lathe, and so there's corners coming at me, and I just have to make sure I know where my hands are, and so once that wood is roughed down to a cylinder, then I can put my hands on it and feel the cuts as I'm making them. I do all this stuff by myself in the shop. The only thing that I ask somebody else to do, my wife to do, is she'll put the finish on for some of the things. And she'll look through and see if there's a tool mark or something like that on the wood, so that I can't feel that. Besides that, it's all me. It's not a matter of whether we're going to have challenges in our life. It's like, how do you deal with those? Are you going to let those challenges take you, or are you going to take them on and overcome those challenges? Stop thinking about me as a blind person, but thinking me as a wood turner who's blind.
Glass etching is commonly associated with commemorative plaques and trophies. For Gerardo Peredo Rosas, it's a means to celebrate his Mexican-American roots.
My name is Gerardo Peredo Rosas. I etch glass, and basically I could do glass tables, bottles, basically silver stuff, which is like could be metal or aluminum and stuff like that. Anything that could be scratched, I could draw on it. What I like to draw is Aztec heritage of the Aztec symbols, Aztec drawings, Aztec stones that they have seen and are in history. I get all the artwork together. If it's for somebody that's a present or something, it's basically what they want, and I kind of draw it out and then show them what they want. And then I get started with that, and then basically just get the basic outline, put it on the glass, and then start scratching. It depends on how much detail is on the drawing. Sometimes when it's feathers, hair, it takes way longer because every little line is a little bit of detail and it takes a lot of time to do little lines at a time. With color, what I have to do first is kind of get the whole drawing done, and then I put a white ink on it, and then I use a razor and I kind of go over the top so it kind of takes off everything. And then what's on the line, it stays inside the line, so that's what keeps the color in there. Sometimes I add a little bit of color with the Sharpies and stuff like that, and then that's where the color kicks into. I started since I was pretty young. When I was like around 15 years old, 14, 15 years old, I started doing sunglasses and stuff like that for my friends and stuff. And then it started from there. And then basically I had a close friend, that he started doing, I would see his drawings that he would do on glass, on cars and stuff like that. And I started asking him about like, how do you do it and stuff. And then he started just showing me how he does it. And basically I started doing it on the cars too, and then my friends' cars, and then I started doing it on glass tables, and I started doing it on like tequila bottles and stuff like that. So it's like something new that people haven't seen, and I don't know, it's been around for a while, But here in Milwaukee, we hardly see it. And I guess when I started doing it, I mean, everybody that started seeing my car, that I did the whole back windows and stuff like that, everybody started like, oh wow, you know, they started touching it and saying something good about it. So once I started hearing them liking it and the feeling of them enjoying the art, that's what kind of got me into liking that kind of style and how people like it and everything. So my favorite one is the Aztec calendar, which I have right here, and that's been my favorite. I have tried to get rid of it, but I kind of sometimes don't want to because I like it so much. And then usually for something like that, I take quite a long time. For this one, it took me about 2 weeks, and I will put like at least 5-6 hours a day. So it takes quite a while. I mean, all the detail, every line, everything put in the glass is kind of, you gotta take your time and, you know, put a lot of effort in it. I love the Mexican art, which is something that I grew up with, and I basically like showing it and like have people look at it and remember, you know what I mean, like our style, or people have seen it before but never seen it on a glass, but then all of a sudden it's like, wow, you know, the Aztec culture is like really important to me, you know, that's where I came from, that's where my family got raised in, so kind of love doing the artwork like that. I don't know, I mean, what people feel is what they like, you know, and if it's from their culture, they kind of feel more good about it because they see it. And when somebody does stuff like that, I mean, people feel good about it, you know. When they see it and they like it, then I'm happy, you know. That's what makes me proud of my culture and stuff. So I mean, once I see people with a smile and they like to take it home and stuff like that, then that's what makes me happy.
That's all for this week on WUCF Artisodes. Thanks for watching. For more arts and culture, visit our website at wucftv.org/artisodes, where you can find feature videos and more.